I spent all my money on doctors, but none of those helped me. And then I heard about you, and I knew that if I could just touch the hem of your garment, that I would be made whole.
Oh, there was a woman in the Bible days who had been sick so very long. And she heard Jesus was passing by, so she joined the gathering song. And while she was pushing away, someone asked her,
Well, I first heard about the cantata in, I think it was 2014. My then friends, who is now my husband, invited me to come see the play. But for that year, we weren't able to make it. And so the following year, in 2015, we actually came to see the play, and I thought it was phenomenal.
I was doing plays from back home in Panama, so when we came up here, my brother told me that he was going to start writing to start production up here in New York. That was back in like 96, around that time. So the first play was done actually in 97. So that's when I really first heard about it. So I pretty much heard about it before anybody else did. And I was just waiting for it to come to pass to see what kind of excitement it was going to bring this time around. Because when I originally did it, I was much younger.
Well, since my dad is a director, I kind of always knew about it, but ever since it got to Christ the Rock, that's when I first started.
Well, about me, I just heard about it. I saw new people coming to our church, and I said, what do they do? And then they look kind of cool or fancy. So then I heard about it from one of my siblings, and they said that, oh, they have a drama cantata going on. So I just wondered what it was, and now I'm here.
I think that was like 5 years ago. Yeah. When Pastor Small first came to the church, I mean, she started coming to Christ the Rock, and I think they pitched the idea, and they told us about what it was and what the ministry was about, and we were excited because that was something that we've always been doing, dancing, putting together plays, and to see it on a grander scale, oh, we were so into that.
Well, we thought it was something new. It was something new to try, so we were excited about it. Seeing, like she said, putting it all together on a grander scale, just seeing it all come together was something new and exciting, you know, especially with me, we know we was going to meet new people, so that it was exciting.
Well, actually, I've been in this production from its inception, which was 20 years ago, so I've been in all the productions since then, and the director is actually one of my friends for almost 30 years, so he was telling me about his concept for doing this play, and it sounded very interesting, so I decided, okay, I'll be a part of this, because, you know, I like the arts, so I decided I wanted to join the production.
Well, we were invited to End of Times 1 about 4 years ago, and I honestly didn't want to go. I thought it would be like another church play, but it was a surprise to see when we came here and how much effort was put into it.
I came to the cantata as a result of hearing about End of Times 1 because I wasn't here to see it. But I was really excited to work with everybody after hearing about how spectacular it was. So I was just really enthused about being a part of it.
Wow, it's been a while. I've been invited to the first one. I believe it was named Lift Jesus Higher. Mr. Enrique was, obviously he is the director. He pulled me to do, what did I do that day? I forgot what I did. I think I was part of the sound team. I don't really remember. But upon that, doing that play, I had a great time. I did. I really have to say, Mr. Enrique is a very inviting person. Let's just say that, you know.
Well, I think I saw one other time when I was younger with my aunt, because my mom, she was in it, and I saw all the girls dancing it, and I saw myself I was copying them dancing, and I decided that I wanted to be in it one day. So yeah.
Well, from my perspective, I used to watch plays on TV, and when I see them, I see them dancing and having fun, I said, wow, that looks so much fun. So I always wondered what it'd be like. So I always watch it, and in my classes or my school, they asked me to come and join. So I tried to join, but they always kick me out or do something. So, but at least I have God here.
It's a wonderful avenue to draw people in, people who have never heard the word. It's a play, and it's a Christian play, but you don't necessarily have to be a Christian to come in. And I think it's very attractive to anyone, really, to just come and see the play, and while there, still hear the word of God. So, both the fact that it's a wonderful family atmosphere behind the scenes, and the message and the work or the ministry that we're doing is also a wonderful thing to be a part of.
Before I actually was a part of it, I thought that possibly it was an overly ambitious thing to do because there were a lot of things involved, a lot of music, dancing, songs, a lot of lines. But I said, okay, let's check it out. Let's see what happens. I don't want to be a part of your usual church play kind of event. And let's see what, I'll participate and see what happens.
I knew, from seeing End of Times 1, I knew it would be a lot of work, because I saw even the dances that they had, their lines. It was a 2-hour play, so I know there had to be a lot of work put into it. But I didn't know that we started rehearsals in January and ended them in April.
I wasn't expecting, for the first show, I wasn't expecting that we would be doing so much and singing so much or dancing so much. I just thought it would be you just go about it, but it exceeded my expectations. It was amazing.
It's a commitment, and every other week I'm quitting, So it's so funny because you go into it and you're like, oh, I can't wait for cantata, and then you're in it, you're like, I can't wait till it's done, and then when it's done, it's like, oh, I can't wait for cantata.
I am the prince of this world. I mean, who do you trust? You. Me, that's who created this? God. No! I mean, yes, he did.
Physically, I will have to say I try to keep myself in some kind of a shape, but as the years kept going forward, I was in less dances. But even acting, there's some scenes that you have to do, and you might be breathing hard at the end, so you still have to keep the cardio up so you won't be out of breath breathing into the mic.
It's just given me one more avenue in which to be involved in the ministry of God, I think it's probably the same answer. It's changed my life in that the people and the relationships that we formed have been really outstanding. I mean, Enrique and Pastor Barbara, they're wonderful people, and not just them, but everybody else that is participating in the play. We've formed relationships. Like I said before, it's like a family.
The environment, number one, working with everybody, it's become like family. The message that you're able to deliver, and our director, Brother Enrique, always says, some people may not come to church, but they'll come to a play, and knowing that you can be a part of something like that, where you're still delivering the same message as you could deliver on a Sunday, but to people that you probably wouldn't see, I think that's what really motivates me to keep going.
Yeah, I agree also. It's also seeing how much work you put into something, and when people come and they're like, oh my gosh, I learned so much. This was so great. Just putting all that work and seeing that your hard work wasn't in vain, it paid off. somebody learned something, even if they weren't saved, they now know about the gospel, even if they didn't know about it before.
The experience, really, oh my goodness, it's a lot of fun. I really have to say it is. You know, I've been fortunate enough to play both backstage as also in an act, basically.
So this cantata has been in existence for the past 20 years, and I've only joined in the last 2 years. So my prayer is that it will continue for a long time to come, and I anticipate being a part of it, you know, because I think it's, like I said before, a very important ministry, and it has blessed my life, and my hope is that everyone who comes to see this play, you know, will have the same effect on their life.
I will continue to do this as far as God keeps my breath going. Even if I move on to a different plateau, I will still try to make time to continue the drama. But acting, I'm always going to keep doing it. Dancing, we'll see how that goes. Singing, we'll see how that goes. But I'm always going to be acting, whether it's here or somewhere else. I'm always going to continue to do that because that is what I love.
It's a great opportunity to grow. It's a great opportunity to become a better individual, a better believer. It's an opportunity to just grow in all areas because it teaches you discipline and it shows you things that you never thought you could do. You know, like you said, like as choreographers, there's some things that we've gone through that we've like, how are we going to do this? But we overcame them, so now we have that experience. So it's an opportunity to grow in all levels. So, and also meet different people. There's not many productions that you're able to go that churches are able to come together from all over, but this is a place where you can meet churches, come together, and we work together. You know, we've made friends, so it's an opportunity to just grow and just become better in all aspects.
Definitely, I've enjoyed my time in the drama cantata ministry, meeting everyone, you know, acting. Like, I never considered myself much of an actress. But memorizing those lines, I hated memorizing lines, but I did it. So it's just like being able to go over and above what you thought you could do and seeing the end product, it's really encouraging and makes you a better person. So I'm growing as an individual, I'm challenging myself, and I think it's helping me. I think it's one of those ministries that's not just for ministry. You can carry it to your place of work. You can carry it to your family. You can implement those principles that you learn here wherever you go, and I really appreciate that.
I would just like to say, anybody who's watching this, you got to come out to all of these plays. You got to participate. If you see it, you're going to want to be in it. So check it out, and you will not be disappointed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Enrique Small. I'm the director, producer of the Easter Drama Cantata of New York. And I want to say thank you for these 20 years. Not just to the Lord, but to you, the audience, the participants, and mainly the host church, Mount Zion Tabernacle Christian Mission of Panama, where Pastor Reverend David M. Barrow is the presiding pastor, and also Christ the Rock Church World Restoration, where Bishop Jonathan Owie is the presiding pastor, and the many, many more people who have helped during the years to make this event or these events a great success. I don't know where the Lord will take us from here, but stay tuned. We have much more to cover and to come. Thank you.